Hello everyone, my name is Holy Knight Clown and I am back with a new in-depth video. Today's video is going to cover the performance statistics of the AK-47 and its attachments, as well as give a few tips and tricks and loadout builds. This gun takes 0 downs to unlock, so it's initially just given to you to make your custom loadouts with. It takes 250 downs to unlock all 7 attachments, and 1000 downs to unlock all 6 hero weapons. This is a really good all-rounder gun that is very nice for new players to use, but I also see it used a lot in higher skill level of play. So in more competitive, like in ranked TDM, I see very veteran players using this gun and using it very effectively. So I really like how it has a broad range of uses in the community, and I'm very excited to make this video, so let's get into it. Alright, so we start with the rate of fire, which is sitting at 480 rounds per minute, which is a little slow, but at the same time works really well for this gun. The clip capacity is 30 rounds standard and 40 rounds with the mod at 3 loadout points. I'm not a really big fan of this mod. I don't really see the benefits in having those 10 extra rounds, especially for the high price of 3 loadout points. Instead, I would go for the reload speed mod, which will reduce it from 2.5 seconds to 2 seconds, and it's only 2 loadout points. I find this is far more effective. It just allows you to recharge your clip and always have a full clip ready to go for any amount of enemies that you have to go up against. The starting ammo is 75 and is all the way up to 135 with a mod at 1 loadout point, which is okay, I guess, but for the same reason as other guns, I recommend just KOing enemies. You'll be getting a lot of ammo off of dead enemies, I think up to 30 rounds, up to a max of 90 from pickups, and you can run scavenger 1 to even get more ammo, but for the most part you should be fine. The aim down sights time is 0.375 seconds, which is actually the same as the Metler and does feel very slow, but for the most part you should be aiming down sights for a long period of time to get all your shots off at the enemy. So just getting past the initial aim down may be a little problem for some of you, but you should be fine as long as you just play your cards right and try to get the upper hand in the beginning. The aim strafe speed is 2.25 meters a second and 2.66 meters a second with a mod at 3 loadout points. This is pretty slow for the assault rifle class, so actually I do recommend this mod, especially if you're going to be playing in a way that you'll be very aggressive, especially if you need to back away from people that are rushing you with blind fire, which it's really if you're going to use this gun on a closer range map. The blind fire is okay for the assault rifle class, and you can further increase it with a mod at 3 loadout points, but I would honestly just save the 3 loadout points if you're thinking about that and put it on aim strafe speed, just because it's not fundamentally the best gun to use for blind fire. I mean, there are many other guns to use, and there's many other guns that will consistently beat it in a blind fire battle. It really just comes down to the rate of fire and just the spread of the reticle when you blind fire. So yeah, doesn't really come recommended from me. I just recommend aiming as much as possible, and you'll be winning more gunfights than if you were blind firing. Now moving on to the damage and range, which is an area that this gun really does shine. It'll down in 7 body shots up to a range of 23 meters, and 8 body shots up to a range of 39 meters, and then 9 body shots all the way up to the maximum range that we tested, which was 80 meters. It'll down in 3 headshots up to a range of 39 meters, and then 4 headshots up to a range of 80 meters, which is also the max that we tested. The accuracy and recoil is another area where this gun absolutely shines. It has one of the best recoil and accuracy traits out of any other gun in the assault rifle category, and you can further improve the recoil with a mod at 4 loadout points, which I guess is really up to you. The gun is so good, just standard, you don't need the mod. It's not like the HS or anything, but like what I'm using it here, I just basically wanted my gun to be a laser. So yeah, it's really up to you, and you can also just control it with just joystick movements. You can bring the recoil very far down, so it really just depends on your skill level, but for the most part it's just up to you, whatever you feel like you need. The silencer is another 4-point attachment that I definitely recommend. It's a really good attachment for this gun. There's not many guns that I would actually say that for, but for the AK it just fits it very perfectly. So yeah, use this in a stealthy playstyle if you have to. It works very well. It does high damage, slower rate of fire, good at longer ranges. It's very quiet when it has the silencer. So yeah, it's definitely a very good candidate for that. So that definitely comes recommended. Now moving on to the tips and tricks, and there really isn't anything specific that I can tell you about this gun. It basically works like any other gun, and you'll figure out pretty quickly how this gun works best for you. Personally, I like keeping the enemies at a decent range, so a more defensive role, I guess. Basically just keep them out of blind fire range. That's really where you don't want to be for this gun. You'll win a lot of gunfights if you can just keep them at a good range and get your shots off without them being able to rush you with their P90s and stuff, which is something that may happen to you quite a bit with this gun. A recommended hero weapon would be Elena's at 12 loadout points with the silencer and reload speed mod. It just sort of covers the attachments that I recommended the most, and it just works really well for this gun. And I would actually use it in a recommended loadout. I would use Elena's AK-47 with the Jackal, C4, Scavenger 1, Stealth 2, Ghost 1, and Mark on Damage 3. And I would just say stay sort of stealthy, you know, get on the flanks, mark the enemy, do some damage without the team really knowing where it's coming from. But in all honesty, you can sort of use this gun any way you want. I mean, you don't even need to use attachments with this gun, and you'll do really well. I mean, any way you want. You can be, as I said, stealthy. You could be a medic. You could be aggressive. You could be long range, close range, anything you want, and you'll do really well. It's just a jack of all trades weapon like that, and it'll sort of fit into any situation that you throw at it. And that brings us to the end of this video. This is a new way I've been sort of doing these videos. I'm trying to experiment with this one. I'm doing a really free commentary, and I'm not sure if it's working out too well. I might just go back to scripted. I think it's easier. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.